All right, greetings, brothers across the state of Texas. I am Brother Jeremy Neal, Lone Star State Q's podcast vice chairman, and I want to welcome you to the Lone Star State Q's podcast. Today's episode features three Basilei across the state of Texas. We have Brother Fred Whitley, Brother Kevin Randolph, and Brother Jason Lewis. I want to welcome all three of you to our podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you, bro.
All right, we're going to start with introductions. Brother Whitley, I'll let you start.
Greetings, brothers. My name is Brother Fred Whitley, spring of 81, Omega Gamma, on the campus of West Texas State University. Now it's West Texas A&M. Currently, I am the Basileus of the Lambda Chi chapter located in Amarillo, Texas.
All right, Brother Randolph.
Good day.
Greetings, brothers. Again, Kevin Randolph, 318 Epsilon Alpha, currently the Basileus of Epsilon Alpha chapter, Fort Worth, Texas.
Brother Lewis.
Greetings, brother. My name is Jason Lewis. I am 211 Fall Sigma Omicron Basileus and the East Texas State Representative.
Outstanding. All right, so Brother Whitley, what is your professional background, if you don't mind sharing?
I don't mind sharing at all. My degree was in industrial distribution and business, which is a double major in technology and business management. So when I left WT in the 80s, I managed a retail footwear store, Tom McAn, as well as retail footwear stores in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, Larry's Shoes. I did that for about 25 years. After that, I had enough of retail, so I moved into the professional sector. I worked as a professional sales rep for FedEx Industries out of Memphis. My territories were Florida all the way to parts of Texas and some parts of New Mexico. Got a chance to travel with the FedEx and visit certain parts of the country. I worked with FedEx for about 10 years, 7 to 10 years, somewhere there about. I can't recall exactly. But ended up moving on to AT&T, Sea-League Industries, which was a chemical sales. AT&T was advertising sales, and Teletrack Navman Industries out of California, which was selling transportation and transportation services.
All right, Brother Randolph, same question.
Yes, good brother. Again,
Brother
Kevin
Randolph,
Randolph, Basileus Epsilon Alpha chapter.
Yeah, let me. So currently, I'm sorry, brother. Excuse me. Currently, I work for myself, doing lawn care, landscape business, and landscape services, and I've been doing that for the last 5 or so years. Kind of right after the COVID hit, and I never went back into the public sector, working for myself, and that's what I really enjoy doing now. Thank you, brother.
Outstanding. All right, Brother Randolph, you're on now.
Yes, good brothers. Again, Kevin Randolph, Epsilon Alpha Basileus, retired military, did 20 years military, naval intelligence, then left that platform and went into the proprietary education sector, where I was a regional and a corporate director for a series of schools. Started on the East Coast, eventually made my way out here to Texas in 2011, carry a bachelor's and a master's in business, did proprietary education until about 2017, 2018. Just prior to the pandemic, I launched my own 2 independent platforms. One is I do a seasonal contract with the VA Veterans Administration, where I do some Six Sigma. I'm Six Sigma Green Belt certified, so I do some Six Sigma process analysis on various systems that they're rolling out. And then my other platform is I run a VA disability service business where I help my fellow veterans acquire the disability they may be just due. And again, currently, right now, serving as the Basileus of Epsilon Alpha chapter.
Outstanding. Brother Lewis?
Okay, good brothers. I got my bachelor's degree in business administration and as well as a master's degree in business administration with a concentration in human resource management, and also I have a AA degree in system admin. I worked at Carrier for about 17 years, and it closed. And from there, I became a supervisor out at Train Air Conditioning, and now I'm in higher education. I've been in higher education for 9 years. My current position is Executive Director of Student Success Services and also the co-director of the Quality Enhancement Plan and also the director of the Early Start Summer Program.
Outstanding. So I could take a little bit from all of you, brother Whitley. I worked at AT&T for 15 years. Brother Randolph, you talked about Six Sigma. I am a Six Sigma black belt, and then brother Lewis, I've done some mentoring with Big Brothers Big Sisters. So I could take a little bit out of all of you as far as your professions, so which is outstanding. Brother Randolph, we're going to start with you on the next question. How long have you been bossless of your respective chapter? And what inspired you to become Basileus?
Can you repeat that question again, brother? Kind of came in muffled.
Yes. I can restate the question. How long have you been Basileus of your respective chapter, and what inspired you to become Basileus?
Okay, how long have I been the boss of Epsilon Alpha chapter? I'm just completing my second year of my first term, and the good brothers of Epsilon Alpha has just voted me in last chapter meeting to serve another 2 years as boss of Epsilon Alpha chapter. So I'll be running this
And what
term from
inspired you?
2025 to 2027.
Outstanding. And what inspired you to be Basileus?
What inspired me is what inspired me to be bosses is, again, I was in the KRS role for 4 years, and I just saw some opportunities. I come with a vast array of what I think leadership skills and qualities that I could bring to the table. Some things that I just like to see the chapter progress forward. Again, at the end of the day, as bosses, I feel the chapter runs the body runs the chapter. The bosses just kind of help guide that along the way. So I thought with my experience of being project management and various things, roles that I've had in the military as well as in the corporate sector, it was just kind of an easy transition for me to roll into the bossship role to be able to work with the committee chairman as well as the executive board to make sure we continue to doing the great work that we're doing in the Fort Worth area and the surrounding communities.
Outstanding. Brother Lewis, same question.
Okay, I've been it's gonna be funny to y'all, but nah. I've been the Boston for about 8 years. Um, and I'm hoping that they, chapter vote me in for another term. Um, what inspired me to be the Boston is my mentors. Brother Charles Coleman, who passed just recently, not too long ago, and Brother Freeman Sterling. They took me under their wing once I came into the fraternity, and they just kind of showed me the way, taught me how to operate and move within the fraternity. And so I just grew and learned. I held almost every position you can think of leading up to that. I started out as the MSP chair, and then I moved to the party coordinator, and then I moved up to assistant KRS, and then I ended up being the first vice. And I was up under Charles Coleman at the time, and then he had got sick, and so it kind of just sprung me on up into the boss list immediately. So that's how I got.
How? Let me ask a follow up question. You said 8 years. Like,
Mm-hmm.
can you tell me what has that ride been like for the last 8 years?
Okay, the first part of it was a roller coaster because I was still learning. But then as things started moving on the next few years, I started seeing a vision that I wanted to see the chapter go. And so I started implementing and helping move in the direction that my vision of the fraternity was going. And also I used some of the things that Brother Coleman was planning to do before he got sick. So I still honored his wishes as well. So it was
Okay.
a roller coaster ride trying to learn and still being young because we got a lot of seasoned brothers in the chapter. And so it was some calls on the other side saying, Brother Butler, you did this wrong, or Brother Butler, can we do this, or that type of thing. So I was learning from everybody. Um, just stayed humble and learned from the brotherhood.
Humility with dignity, brother. I
Mm-hmm.
love it. Love it. All right, so brother Whitley, and I'm just going to restate the question for you. How long have you been bossless in your respective chapter, and what inspired you?
I was elected as Basileus by majority vote in 2021. In 21, and uh, I don't, I went from being the chapter chaplain to being the Bachelus. So there was really not a formal type training to be under because our situation in our chapter is very unique in that being that the chapter is out of Amarillo, Texas. We are about 20 strong, and about six of our 20 strong live in Amarillo. The rest of our members are all over the country, from Atlanta all the way to Las Vegas. So, my inspiration comes from when my undergrad chapter, where I came through, Omega Gamma, in 1981, I was the last active chapter on the yard. I had two other chapter brothers, two other line brothers that were under me. I was a senior when I pledged, and they were sophomores and juniors. But one went to the military, and bless his heart, he's deceased now. And the other moved out of the area for better opportunity in the Dallas Fort Worth area. Now he lives in Atlanta. So our chapter, undergrad chapter right now is inactive. So me being a bachelor's, and I don't live in the Amarillo area. I'm in Dallas Fort Worth. My vice bachelor's is in Houston. My KRS is in North Houston. Thank God, our KF used to be in Austin, but now he is in. We have another KF that's in the Amarillo area. So, as spread out as we are, our goal is to bring back Omega Gamma, the undergraduate chapter at WT. And I take it personal because it was my chapter that I came through, and I was the last chapter. So I take it that it's my responsibility to do everything I can to help bring this chapter back, this undergraduate chapter. And we're moving in that direction. So, yes, the inspiration now is because I trust brothers. Sometimes I feel that we have other brothers that might be better suited for this position than I. But one thing I do, I work, I travel, and I put in the work that it takes to be a bachelor's. And hopefully that helps the other brothers that are coming up to see that, you know what, this is what it takes for a chapter to thrive. He's got to have a bachelor's willing to work. That's what I do. That's what I bring. And, we've had success, we're growing, and we're doing some great things in the Amarillo community.
Outstanding the qualities of a leader right there, admitting that hey, there's some things that someone else could bring to the table that could be better. But again, you're willing to work and you're willing to serve, which is just very commendable, good brother. So brother Lewis, so we're gonna roll to you with the next question. Okay. So what is one project or community effort that you are really focused on currently?
Brother, can I give a couple of them?
Oh, sure. Go right ahead.
We got quite a few things going on in Tyler, Texas. Okay. So our lamplighter program is one of the big ones, the mentoring of the young men, and we continues to try to grow that even more. We had some that did graduate, like 7, I think it was 6 or 7, and so we trying to rebuild it back up. So that's one of them, and also the early detection of heart attacks and strokes in African Americans in our area. We are partnering with University of Texas at Tyler with that initiative, and also a STEM project we're going to do with them as well. We also do the Juneteenth celebration. That is big for us, that we bring the whole community in and we feed them and we just enjoy Juneteenth together. And so those are some of the ones. And also Black History Month. We do things with the young kids. The different little bowls and different stuff like that goes on. We get called to several schools to participate into their Black History program too, and the elementaries and middle school and high schools reach out. So we be spread it pretty much in February, but we touch everybody. We brothers spread out, we just use every brother we got to meet the demand that's Tyler has started calling for. So those are the things that we got going on.
Outstanding. Brother Whitley, next same question.
Yes. In the Amarillo community, we have adopted a school called Carver Elementary School in Amarillo. Uh, we have adopted them actually for quite a few years now, but just recently, they have an initiative that we help fund. It's a horticultural program where they are building gardens off the school property. So kids that need help, kids that's going through anxiety, kids that's on the spectrum, there's a place that they can go and get into nature. They can go and be around flowers and butterflies and birds and being outside to help them relax. We partnered with our one of our members, Brother Terenzo Clemens, is a pastor of the church in Amarillo, Redemptive Word. We partnered with them with this program, and just last week was the groundbreaking ceremony for this particular horticulture program. We have some awesome brothers in the Amarillo area, like I just stated earlier. There's only a few of us there, but also anytime this particular school has a teacher appreciation day or parents night, they ask us to come in and grill hot dogs. We may grill 100 to 200 hot dogs and help them feed the parents and the kids in this community. And I'm so thankful to some of the brothers we have in Amarillo, because I'm not there, but these brothers are holding it down. When you have our most senior brother in the chapter, Brother Ron King, almost 80 years old, out there grilling hot dogs by himself because of the shortage of men that we have in Amarillo. So that, because it was just unfortunate that more brothers weren't there to help. But those brothers are holding it down. They're taking this community by storm. All of the 6 brothers we have in the Amarillo, and I'm so very proud of the work that they have done. Thank you.
And Brother Whitley, I want to do a follow-up to that. What is one thing that you're doing or your brothers in your chapter that's doing in your chapter that you would like to see that's brought across the state?
That's brought across the state?
Yes.
I think that one of the strengths that we have is we trying to put together a history of our chapter because it's been so fragmented. But we got brothers that are such great storytellers that's able to help everyone, every chapter, bring together their history, especially with some of the fragmentation that goes on with some of our histories. For example, back in the 60s, when our chapter, or the 50s, when our chapter was established, some of our brothers in our chapter have on their certificate Lambda Chi, but some have Omega Gamma undergraduate chapter. And some of the brothers that graduated that went over with Omega Gamma have Lambda Chi on their certificate. So there seems to be some fragmentation of some of the records that we have. And if we can kind of clean these records up for a lot of chapters in the state, I think that'd be a big benefit, a huge benefit.
Again, brother, that's just great to hear, and the fact that you're willing to take something out of your chapter to bring across the state, that's very commendable. So, Brother Randolph, same question. Do you need me to restate? Just want to make sure.
No, I have the question, good brother. I can tell you, first and foremost, man, I give all credit to the great committee chairs that I have. We got our hands in fortunately all 12 mandates for sure. If there was one or two that kind of stood out, I like what we're doing with our mentorship program. It got relaunched after COVID. We actively have 25 plus young men, 5th grade to 12th grade. We've graduated 2 classes. We know where those young men are going once we graduate them from college. Of the 4 that graduated thus far the program in the past 2 years, 3 have gone off to post-secondary education. One is actually attending his freshman year at Lambda Smith University. I'm actually going to go down and visit with him next week just to show him that mentorship doesn't stop once you graduate from our program and things such as that. But the other one is really just trying to piggyback off our mentorship program and getting our STEM program, as Brother Lewis stated, get our STEM program up to that point where we can now introduce it to, we've introduced it to the mentees, which is all young boys, but we'd love to get it to the point where we can introduce it to the young ladies as well, get them introduced to the science, technology, engineering, mathematics aspects. We took the young mentees over to having Lockheed Martin here in our backyard, had an opportunity to take those young men over to see a full assembly of a fighter aircraft. Having been military and understand fighter aircraft, I didn't understand the aspect of what goes into building that piece of machinery and things such as that. So just to be able to see that and all the components that go into that and touch every aspect of STEM is just something that really has got me super excited. And working with our chapter committee chairman for the STEM program, we're looking aggressively to get that program more inundated with involvement of young youth and things such as that. But again, all across the board, health initiatives, you name it, the social actions. We've got a Habitat to Humanity effort tomorrow that I'll be participating in with the chapter. We're going to paint a couple of homes in Fort Worth to just kind of help out with the community enrichment efforts that we do, trying to beautify the city of Fort Worth. So we got our hands in quite a bit of things project-wise. And things such as that, and we just continue to do that. One of the other initiatives we do, and I think they do it pretty much across the fraternity, at least I know other chapters in the state do it, during the holiday season, which is typically a kind of a low period for a lot of folks. We go out during Thanksgiving and Christmas, and we bless patrons. We go to a local establishment. This particular establishment happens to be Walmart, where we use some of our chapter funds, budgeted funds, and we purchase and take care of their grocery expense or their late toys expense and things such as that. And just to see the expression upon the patron's face when we bless them like that, during this holiday season is just overly rewarding. And as fellow Basilei Brother Whitley said, a lot of my older seasoned bros really love to partake in that event just to see the good work that we're doing across the area of Fort Worth.
Outstanding. So with that, Brother Whitley, what are some upcoming events for your chapter?
Well, for us, the next big event we just had an event because our West Texas homecoming was last weekend, and the chapter did a Brims and Boot fundraiser for our Gillespie Wilson Scholarship Foundation, where we give scholarships to West Texas State University students. But we are working now toward Achievement Week. Normally during Achievement Week, we always try to do something in the community. We partner with the NAACP and the Black Chamber of Commerce in Amarillo. And the last few years, we were giving away turkeys. This year, hopefully, the brother in Amarillo that's working on that, we can see about giving away dinners or something, some type of food item. And we have to partner, of course, with them to do that. So that's one of the things. And we also recognize the citizens of Amarillo in doing Achievement Week. We give awards for those residents in Amarillo that have made huge contributions to the community. We give one for Education Award, we give one for Humanitarian Award, and we give one for Service Award for those people in the Amarillo, those individuals that are doing some great things for the community in Amarillo. Thank you.
Brother Randolph, same question.
Yes, we're gonna be pretty busy here. We're closing out the fiscal year before the November 1st fiscal year kicks in. So we got a slate of activities and projects that are ongoing. As I stated earlier, we're doing a Habitat to Humanity tomorrow. This will be our second time this year of 2025 where we actually paint 2 homes. So this will be 4 total once we complete the project tomorrow. So we'll have several brothers, myself included, out partaking in those initiatives tomorrow. And then probably a couple hours after that, we'll be donning those purple blazers and suit and ties and heading to an NAAC Freedom Fund event to support the local NAACP. We're taking a couple of our mentees out there with us, so we're going to suit and tie those young men up to come out and partake with us and learn a little bit of history, NAACP history, as well as a documentary that's going to take place of some pioneers that was here in the Fort Worth area, one being our late, great Honorable L. Clifford Davis, who passed away this past February. So he'll be one of the members that'll be identified along with Miss Opalee, grandmother of Juneteenth, will be also one of the members being identified in the documentary. And then we roll into October, we roll into November, and we do our Thanksgiving holiday initiative. We'll also be doing turkey drives in the communities as we've done in the past. Then we roll into December. We'll be doing our Christmas holiday initiative. Again, we'll be going blessing families, trying to buy some last minute toys for families that are out shopping, as well as we have an abundance of toys already that's been donated to us. So we'll be running our own toy initiative drives. In the past, we've kind of taken them over to community centers and had the community center distribute them. But this year, working with our social action chairman, we're going to probably have our own setup to where we bless the community. They know it's coming directly from the brothers of Omega Psi Phi Epsilon Alpha chapter of the Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. And then we just continue to roll every month. One of the things I've asked my committee chairs, keep us busy. We're doing a Carter blood drive, a joint initiative with the Fort Worth alumni chapter, Delta Sigma Theta, this coming month and end of this month. So we're just trying to make a presence over on. We oversee two local universities, one being Texas Christian University, which is Sigma Lambda, and then the other one being Texas Wesleyan University, which is not chartered at this time with a chapter. However, they work under the auspices of the graduate chapter. So we'll just have some Omega presence over there doing a Carter blood drive later this month with the Deltas, and hopefully to be able to draw some interest of young men. We have 3 currently that are on that yard, and we're just trying to grow that up so we can eventually get a charter over there. So again, we're all over the place. We invite our dignitaries to come out. I've invited the Fort Worth City Councilman to come out and grab a paintbrush tomorrow and join us. We do a Dr. Park cleanup highway in November. We adopt the park. We don't do the highway no more. We do a park that was named in the honor of one of our good brothers of Epsilon Alpha, brother Eugene McCray. That's in another district of Fort Worth, and we invite that district councilwoman to come out and help with us as well. So we just want to get the community involved to be able to show, not that we're just trying to display what we do, but we just want them to be recognized of what we're doing and things such as that. So we typically get a pretty good turnout.
All right, so Brother Randolph, I want to do a follow-up. You talked about the NAACP and the Freedom Fund dinner. Can you explain its importance?
Oh, it's very important. I mean, a lot of people don't know the history of NAACP and what it has done for the uplifting and the enrichment of colored folks and things such as that. But the Freedom Fund event has been going on for several years. This year, they're doing it quite a little bit different. They're doing a documentary instead of the sit-down dinner fashion where someone will get up and give us a keynote speak and things such as that. But a lot of folks don't understand with the voter suppression and all the various things we're doing. And I have a strong committee chairman that represents us with the NAACP as far as keeping us engaged as we try to work collectively, because we can't do it all by ourselves. So we work collectively with the NAACP and other organizations to try to fight. That is probably one of the number one priorities right now, at least in our area, the Tarrant County area, which is voter suppression. So NAACP is a strong component for people of color. And we just stay heavily involved with life members of the NAACP. Our chapter, respected chapter, and several of his brothers are life members as well. So NAACP is definitely near dear to Epsilon Alpha brothers.
Thank you, Brother Randolph. Brother Lewis?
Amen.
Okay, brothers, we're going to have our 77th Achievement Week banquet with Brother First Vice. He's going to be the guest speaker, Petro. And we give out 3 awards during this time. We give out the Omega Man of the Year Award. We give the Citizen of the Year Award. And the Lamplighter is new for us, Lamplighter of the Year Award. And also, brothers, we soliciting for ads. So if I'm gonna put that off into another email to y'all, brothers, if y'all can help support that, help us give scholarships at the end of the year. We give out so many. We do 3 to 4 scholarships. We're trying to get more than that this year. We're trying to give out more to some young folks. So if you can, please get an ad. Also, in November we do feed the homeless. We have the lamplighters as well involved in feeding the homeless, and then we do boxes of food as well to needy families. We talk to some local churches and find out needy families, and we give those as well. And then December we do toys for tots. We do the ringing of the bell, and also we do our sock drive that we give at the first of the year to the homeless people up under the bridges. And so those are the things that we have coming up.
Wow.
All right, thank you so much, Brother Lewis. All right, so Brother Randolph, define leadership in one word and expand upon your answer.
Man, I tell you, that's a tough one to me. Leadership basically speaks for itself, but if I had to divide it into role, my current role as chapter bossless, I would probably define it as trust. As a bossless, leading a leader amongst men, not a leader of men. I'm a leader amongst men. In things such as that, the opportunity, and I'm into my second year, getting ready to go into my second term, the opportunity to build trust within my leadership, my executive counselor, and my committee chairs, and my overall chapter body has been extremely instrumental in our progression and our growth in the direction that we're going. I mean, from the brothers that we're reclaiming, I got 106 brothers on my roll call, and I got 60 brothers that show up in person for a chapter meeting.
Wow.
106 brothers on my roll call, 60 brothers show up in person for a chapter meeting. So again, it's just all down to trust. I trust everyone in my chapter. It went through a process of trust but verify, but now we're at the point where it's just straight trust. I don't have to back check my KRS. I don't have to back check my KF. I trust that they're doing their jobs. We're all doing our jobs, and same with our committee chairs and things. I just trust that they're doing all the things the initiatives that we talked about. We talk as a chapter. We build trust amongst you, brotherly trust amongst each other, to do that duty that is best. And that's what these brothers continue to do. So I think I would define it, if I had to define it in one word, I would define it in the word of trust.
Thank you, Brother Randolph. Brother Lewis.
That's pretty good, Brother Randolph. I was thinking that too, but I'm also going to say vision. I would say the word vision. You have to have a vision of what you want to see your chapter to look like and how you want your chapter to grow, and put the people, the right brothers in place to help you reach the vision that you see before you. And so I have strived to do that, and I see the growth now. I see the growth now, and I see the changing of our chapter. I see all the work that we are doing, and so I'm happy with that.
All right, thank you, Brother Lewis and Brother Whitley.
Well, truthfully, brothers, in one word, it's really difficult. But I really like what Brother Randolph stated, man, that you're right. Ooh, we. And Brother Lewis, you're all over it with vision, because I got some brothers that have it all. But I guess for me, because of the way we are structured, for me in this chapter, a small chapter that's limited with boots on the ground in the community we serve, with brothers all over the country, I think for me that would be accountability, being accountable, because it's a hard thing. I have to go to Brother Randolph and Epsilon Alpha in order to know how to do live in-person meetings. We don't do that. As a bachelor's for almost 4 years, I have never conducted a live in-person meeting. And I feel I need to be accountable to my chapter so we can learn this process. Trying to run a chapter from my position, from my seat this far away, is a challenge. And me being accountable, and the brothers know that, I think that's why they continue to vote me and keep me in place, because I'm the type that I'll give you my word as my bond. I'm going to back it up. If I say I'm going to call you, I'm going to call you. If I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. One example is we have some get right candidates because of poor communication. We've been working on a get right candidate for almost 50 years. So we have a get right candidate, and me as the bachelor's passed this information on. However, Brother First Vice asked in the email to send his email address. I missed the email. I did not send the email address, so that get right candidate wasn't able to go forward. I had to call him and be accountable to him. I apologize, brother. That was on me. I'm a big enough person to let you know if I made a mistake, I'm going to be accountable to it and to you, and I'm going to call myself on it and be fair with you. So I have some brothers that was working on it too, and that spent money on it. So for me being accountable, I'm going to reimburse all y'all for what y'all have done because of my error, for my mistake. And I think, being accountable like that, It ties in with what Brother Lewis and what Brother Randolph said. It ties into some of all that. So for me, it would be my accountability. I'm accountable to what I say, what I do, and who we are.
All right, to our listeners, you just heard it from three leaders in Omega: trust, vision, and accountability. I don't think that's called dropping the mic. I think all three of your answers really tie into what it takes to be a leader, and that's just not only just in Omega; that's in life in general. Because if you're out here and you work in your job, and you have an employee, they got to have a trust in you. And then whatever your vision is, it's going to reflect on them. And then also, you have to be accountable for whatever your actions are. If you make a mistake, you need to be able to say, hey, I apologize, own it. I think sometimes in life and even in Omega, we may miss that opportunity to own something that we did instead of just saying, hey, brother, I'm sorry. That's what friendship is about. I think that's where it ties in. Trust, vision, accountability all equals into being a friend, which is very important in Omega, as we should know. All right, so Brother Lewis, what are your final thoughts you want to leave with the listeners?
Um, for all the brothers in the state of Texas, I just want you to know that no matter what has happened, don't trust social media. Keep your vision, keep strong, keep doing the work in the community, and put positive things out there. Don't put negative stuff out there. I know a lot of our undergrads have issues with social media, and we asking that you be mindful of what you put out there. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Lewis. Brother Whitley.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Brothers, if this is what I'd like to say is that get active, get busy, get out of the peanut gallery. Get out of the peanut gallery. See, the peanut gallery is brothers that they don't make meetings, they don't make committee meetings, but they always have something to say about what's going on from the sideline. Get in the game. Yeah, it's more than you being active. It's more than you paying your dues. It's more than you when Brother Randolph said it. He got 100 and something, and he got 60 in the meeting. That's a lot. That's a lot. But we got small chapters, and I speak for my chapter, where there's only a few hands, there's only a few boots on the ground, but brothers, got this to say, that to say, this to say. We ought to do that. We have this saying in our chapter: you come up with an idea, then you need to be there to push your idea. Don't throw your idea out there and expect another brother to carry it. That's not what we're about. Get out of the peanut gallery. If you got something to say, you got an idea, bring forth and bring some energy with it. Bring something with it. And because we can work with that. That's what I have to say, brother.
That's some passion and some enthusiasm, good brother. I appreciate that. Brother Randolph.
Yeah, I would just say to the brothers across the state of Texas, man, we all raised our hand, man, swore to an oath, man, do what I do to that is best, and just leave the creed. As these brothers have stated, man, get with the chapter, get engaged, get involved, man. One of the things I would just attest with my very own chapter is, of course, we lost our most senior bro, which was 3 tall, 47, and now our senior bros are 1969, bro, or 69, bro, and then we got 24 bros, and I challenge all brothers in my chapter that you all stakeholders. So the 24 bro has just as much voice as the 69 bro to come with ideas and bring that ingenuity to the table, man, and bring those ideas and things such as that. So I ask all brothers to realize that when you go to a chapter or join a chapter, you're a stakeholder. As long as you're a financial member, you're a stakeholder just like any brother in that chapter. So as Brother Whitley stated, you got some ideas and innovation that you want to see move forward within a chapter, then bring it to the chapter leadership and discuss it. One of the things we do in our executive board sessions is I allow all brothers to bring anything to the floor that's good to the order. let's go ahead and let's get it out of the way. Let's get the questions. Let's get the iron, the kinks out of it. And if it's something that the chapter wants to move forward with it, then we can vote up and down at the chapter meeting and kind of kept that chapter meeting be streamlined. And then the upside is, I stated about our chapter meetings. Yes, we get a lot of brothers that come to the chapter meeting. And hopefully they're coming for the business aspect of it all. But at the other side of it, after we finish that hour and a half, sometimes it's a 2-hour meeting, but at least an hour and a half meeting, we go into fellowship. And that's what brothers want to do. Brothers want to come in fellowship. So again, try to find that body, that environment that offers that for you, because I'm pretty sure, man, every brother I can speak to, when you join this great fraternity, man, you came in here to serve. You came in here to work hard and just continue to do that.
Outstanding. You said it best. Find that balance. We got the business side of it out the way, but let's also fellowship as brothers. Brother Whitley, Brother Randolph, Brother Lewis, I want to thank y'all for y'all's time on a Friday night to have this podcast and be able to provide your voices. But most importantly, it goes back to those 3 words: trust, vision, and accountability, that all 3 of you have talked about tonight. And again, we appreciate you at the Lone Star State Q's podcast for providing your voices, providing information, but most importantly, providing uplift to our brothers across the state of Texas. So everyone that is listening, this has been the Lone Star State Q's podcast, and we'll see you next time.